This week's episode is brought to you by air conditioning. Considering that Atlas lives in an attic and it's been 100 degrees in Los Angeles this week, we would like to take a moment to thank the fact that air conditioning kept him from losing all of the meat off of his bones. Air conditioning. This is actually not a required utility in Los Angeles. Can you believe it? Hey everybody, welcome to Nexus Tonight. I'm Atlas.
I'm Matt.
And I'm Root Beer.
And today we're talking about the ZR. They revealed the ZR for Magdalennica.
And what Ultimate Stride is.
Yeah, that's true. So the set 13 that we're getting in... What's the month for that? Yeah, Okay, so Japan's getting it mid-November. We're getting it around Christmas time. And it introduces a new... Does this count as a mechanic, or is this just like a spin?
Well, it's both. It is a very... I think it is very unique from Stride.
Yeah.
But it is also course related.
Okay.
Yeah. It's kind of like brake rides to limit break.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good way to say it. And they reveal the effect of one of the two ultimate strides that we get, which is Zeroth, Dragon of Distant Sea, Megiddo, and of course we can't talk about anything Magdalennica without Root Beer.
Yeah, because I just play like all of the nation.
Yeah, pretty much. So with Ultimate Stride, in terms of the mechanic, to do Ultimate Stride, much like you would do Viral, you discard... you basically Persona Blast your Grade 3. So you have to discard the same copy of your Grade 3 on the Vanguard Circle. You need to have three cards face up in G-Zone before you stride, and at the end of the turn, all of your G deck gets removed from the game.
Like the whole face up and face down cards.
Yeah, so
just gone.
Yeah, that's like where your G assist goes, basically.
So after you use Ultimate Stride, you can no longer stride again. You no longer have GB skills. You can no longer G guard.
Yeah,
it's a bit, but it is the 25,000 plus.
That's true. So your stride is going to be 26k or 36k, 36k on its own, and it's got it better have a hell of a strong effect if it's going to be doing all of that stuff. So why don't we get into this effect? Root Beer, you want to do the honors?
Sure. So, auto counterblast 2, when it's placed on Vanguard Circle, you can pay the cost. If you do, choose up to 5 cards total from your hand and drop zone, call them to a separate rearguard circle, and until end of turn they get power plus 5,000 and red text auto. At the end of the battle that this unit attack, choose one of your other rearguards and you may exchange positions with this unit.
So, this is just like Grand Blue meets Bermuda Triangle meets Aquaforce. Which makes sense, because it's for the whole nation. Honestly, I thought they were going to have a lot of trouble trying to cram 3 different clans that don't really have much to do with each other together, but it seems like they did a pretty good job with this.
I mean, this was one of the easier nations that they could mash together.
Oh, I'm excited for the Stargate one. That's going to be a freaking plus. Yeah.
If I made this card, I would have added... I think this card is, like, very representative of the nation, but if it were me with this card, I would have added one small thing, and that is to bounce your field first.
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been cool.
Like, I just think that would help, and, like, in one skill, bounce, field, and recall, so you can use any bounce effects that might target.
Yeah.
Like, I think that should have been the skill, and I don't think they spent enough time designing this card because they overlooked that. Like, I don't think it adds like a lot to the card, but it makes the call from hand and drop like make more sense.
Yeah.
And
so,
it adds that nuance that Bermuda Triangle has.
Right. And it just add a small thing for Bermuda Triangle that would not even make it overpowered, I think, would just make it like a little more reasonable in that deck. But like I think if I made the card, I would have added that small clause.
Yeah, I still think it's a pretty good first effort on their part.
I mean, sure, like I said, I don't think they spent enough time designing it.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
So
you were gonna say something, Root Beer?
Yeah, sorry.
No, not really. I think, like, when I was writing up my initial reactions just to the idea of ZRs, I figured they would probably do this whole mechanic mashing thing. So
yeah. Hashtag
so we can
called
only
it.
So we can only expect the Dragon Empire one to be like a restand and restand and restand again.
Yeah, pretty much. Restanding is basically Dragon Empire's mechanic.
Retire your stuff, retire the opponent's stuff. It's all over the board.
Restand if you hit, restand if you don't hit.
Retire all rear guards of all fighters, and then restand this unit, then restand this unit again.
Yep.
Sextuple
Retire
drive,
all rear guards of all fighters, clone itself twice, and then retire all rear guards of all fighters, clone itself twice, and then give them plus 10,000. And
remember, Murakumo also has a restander, so
Oh,
restanding already covers Murakumo.
Yeah, so then you have if you hit, restand, and you just attack again. If you don't hit, gain a crit restand.
Oh my god!
And then and then it has another restand skill where you can send 2 rear guards with the same name as this unit to the bottom of your deck to restand again.
Oh my god! All right, so
and then if that attack doesn't hit, you can dominate your opponent's vanguard.
Oh sure.
I don't know what you're gonna do with it, but you're gonna dominate.
It attacks itself.
Yes.
This is gonna be like that one is definitely gonna be a weird one. Stargate's gonna be a weird one. Zoo's gonna be a weird one.
I think the Stargate one is either going to be really weird or really like not interesting.
Yeah,
it's gonna be like it might just be like a Trans-Else that has guard break or something.
Well, here's the problem, right? By the way that the ultimate stride mechanic works, locking with the ZR for Stargate just doesn't do anything. Like slowing down the game while striding into an ultimate stride is the worst thing they could do on it.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
So I don't know where they're going to go from that.
I mean, the GB8 for Link Joker is definitely like that. That was a good example of the best of both worlds. But for the ZR, you better win that turn. Mm-hmm. So,
like, you're just going to lose every single GB skill. You're going to lose the ability to stride, which is almost game over at this point.
Yeah.
And like,
I know there are some people already saying like, "Oh, Legion is going to make a comeback because of this."
Yeah,
please just stop.
I did see a lot of people say that. Another thing you can do is if you are in Legion, you can discard the Grade 2 as the cost.
Yep.
Yes.
Which is cool.
Yeah.
I just don't think you have time to sit around in Legion.
Yeah, that's true. That's so very true.
Well, you have Metal Boars where your stride lets you Legion your heart.
Yeah. So let's talk about a bit more about Megiddo before we get on to other bullshit.
Yeah.
Like we've already. Yeah. But I think our idea for the Dragon Empire one is really hilarious. Even if it's like totally way off, I think like that is what everyone expects it to be.
Yeah, because like I think 80% of the Dragon Empire clans have at least one restander.
I think.
Wait, I'm trying to think about it.
I guess Nubatama's the only one that doesn't, right?
Yeah.
Nubatama doesn't. Murakumo's got one. Tachikaze's got one. Both Narukami and Kagero have one.
Yeah,
it's just Nubatama that doesn't have one.
Just Nubatama. All right.
So so it just restands 4 times. It's fine. When I first read Megiddo, the nation stride for Megalonica, my first thing was that Granblue just doesn't care about this unit.
Yeah. At all.
Yeah.
Like. Boat just does everything. Like Boat, when you stride this, you're already GB4. Like, since you're doing it as kind of a game ender, like you probably still have your second gash, or like
you have Dragoot.
Yeah, or you have Dragoot, which obviously can keep you in the game longer. And if you're at GB8, you can just Boat, which does infinitely more than this card because it doesn't require 2 counterblast up front.
And then there's the new Night Rose promo, which can also just build a field for a single counterblast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like all those cards are just better than Megiddo, I think. I don't think. The columns. Sorry, go on.
When Matt says boat, he means the GV8. To those who don't know,
it's the only boat.
Yeah, but like, okay, well, what about that? The restraint Grade 2 from forever ago. Look, I'm just saying that not everybody's going to know what we're talking about right off the bat.
Most people. All right, so Boat is the GV8. You're right. Yes. We should be clear about these things. Boat is the GV8. I'm going to call it Boat for the rest of time because that's the easiest name. I actually don't know the name of the card.
Me neither. I can't remember off the top of my head. It's the Boat. Yeah.
Just know that I'm talking about the Granblue GV8.
Something Immortal Galleon.
Okay, so
the counterblast 2 up front basically takes away 2 extra attacks for Granblue.
Yeah.
In general, the power plus 5,000 is less than the boat, which gives power plus 10,000. And the swapping isn't that important for Granblue because Negrabone is already a sort of swap. And if you have 2 Negrabones in the corners, that's going to eat the same counterblast 2 for the extra attacks.
Yeah. Plus, you can stride after that.
Right. Plus, if you somehow don't kill them and don't deck out, you can keep striding.
Yeah. And then, Like, there's ways you can, like, try to finagle extra attacks out of the position swapping, but, like, for all the extra work that it takes to set up that field, you can basically accomplish the same thing by just playing Grand Blue.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, also, the good thing about the position swapping is I don't think it's not even. Yeah, it's not in the same column.
Right, so you
Yeah.
can swap the even old Aquaforce units could swap the thing behind Vanguard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was a fairly common play.
Yeah. So, like, I'm saying that, like, yes, you do get a little bit of utility out of that, but it's just. You're right. It doesn't have much utility in Grand Blue. What about Bermuda Triangle?
It depends on the deck, because it's really awkward depending on which archetype of Bermuda Triangle you're playing. A lot of them, I think, this is just going to be a way to get 6 vanilla attacks that are at plus 5k. I don't know how you're supposed to take advantage of this position swapping, because Spica is the most generic multi-attack engine that we have, and that needs to be boosted. So, like, you get the same amount of attacks, but you have to spend an extra counterblast for Spica, so it's not like it matters.
And this is the grade 2 Spica that needs to be boosted, of course.
Mm-hmm. Oh, actually, I didn't think about that. You can actually get more attacks with the grade 3 Spica.
Right. That was my first thought, is the grade 3 Spica. But this, of course, is you only have 3 counterblast available to you because you're using 2 straight up. And, like, Bermuda's a deck that's probably going to use counterblast before this point in the game.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know how much extra counterblast you're even going to have
and then,
once you spend
like,
2 here.
A lot of the Bermuda decks are also very defensive, so a lot of their skills just go off on bounce, so this is really just kind of vanilla, but I can think of at least a couple combos that you can do with this.
So is that why Matt mentioned why the bounce would have been a better thing,
Yeah.
because you could have done more with it?
Yeah,
I wasn't even thinking about specific combos. I was just thinking about a way to make it make more sense with the nation. Like,
Yeah.
Bermuda seems pretty left out in this skill, if you ask me.
That's true.
I think so. Anyway, for things that you can do with Bermuda Triangle, the grade 3 Loris, if you use it with this, you can have a bunch of attacks for 21k. There's also the Stalker, whose name I can never remember. But that one also gains a lot of power, so if you can't do any kind of multi-attacking shenanigans, which requires a lot of resources for Megiddo, you can just start dumping out columns with a lot of power. So, Eager Envy Mariana was the grade 2 I'm thinking of, so she has a GB2 skill that she gains 3k for every 2 units in Harmony, so if you call a full board with Megiddo, that's plus 6k, plus another 5, that only makes 20k, which is awkward.
Yeah.
And then, if she's in Harmony and you have a Loris Vanguard, she gains 3k, so I think that's how you get it to a good number if you ride Loris.
Alright.
Okay, well,
And then, actually, Cho-Chos can also use this card, because they have a grade 3 that's put something to the bottom of the deck, call something from your hand, give it 4k, so... And that's free, so you can just keep for every extra copy you have of that, you can just keep attacking if you know what you're doing.
interesting.
Alright. Seems okay. It seems better than it does in Grand Blue.
Yeah. So, I think the order is like Aqua Force, Bermuda Triangle, and then Grand Blue.
I mean, the good thing is, ironically, that those clans in the opposite order were the, like, competitive standing. Like, Grand Blue is in the best position right now, Aqua Force is in the worst.
I'm not sure. Yeah, probably. I just don't know if Bermuda and Aquaforce are really that far apart.
It's not a huge gap or anything, but, like,
It's not a huge gap, but Bermuda does pop up with these weird meme decks every now and then.
Oh, that's true. Bermuda does have the memeiest of decks.
I was gonna say, like, Pacifica. That's, like, a big one.
Not even that. There's some weird duo deck that uses Iori, which I don't know how it works, but you, like, grind out your opponent and slowly poke them to death while never running out of cards because Legion.
That's messed up.
That sounds horrible.
Wait, is that the wall?
No, not that one. That's
No,
a
there's
different meme deck.
There's another one.
Yeah.
That's
So
messed
that
up.
one is like
I'm
duos.
I'm sure somebody improves Discord has it handy.
Yeah.
Yes. And then the wall deck is another one where you use the duo engine to draw out your entire deck, and then you use the Dream Team Legion to gain power on your opponent's turn for some absurd number by spamming Koro and Vita.
Yeah, just casual 36k.
Mm-hmm.
That's messed up.
It's pretty hilarious.
Yeah.
If you ask me. But yeah, I just I don't know. I just feel like if they spent another like day or so like thinking about this card, like slept on it before like saying let's print it, like I think they would have seen that they could have easily attached like a bounce everything to hand first.
Yeah.
Just so there's less calling over and I understand it's like a final turn kind of card, but like this small thing is just makes it more Bermuda-y.
Freaking Jenkins, man. Jenkins fucked it up again.
The funny thing is, for being a final turn card, it's not actually a very good finisher, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think Aquaforce benefits the most from it because it can call from drop.
Yeah, but like even then, it's the Counterblast 2 makes it hard to maximize its potential because where am I supposed to pull all these extra Counterblasts on to make more attacks after I rebuild my field?
Yeah, I'm surprised the Blue Wave guy in the anime was the one using this. I'm like, really? Blue Waves? That's like the most Counterblast heavy thing.
Right?
You know, like if it was Thavas, alright, I kind of get it, but like, I don't know. Like,
who knows?
Jaime shows up and he's like, Amigo, I'm gonna just like ass pound you into the ground.
God, I hate his character so much. He's so
Amigo,
annoying.
I worship Satan now.
I don't know. He doesn't.
Who it is?
I don't know. I would love to see like Jaime get different by Thavas and just get all serious for no reason. I'd watch the hell out of that. That's great.
Yeah. So another thing I'm worrying about when it comes to these Zeroth dragons is how many there are per case.
Yeah, I didn't want to. Yeah, whatever. Let's just get to it.
Oh, do you not want to talk about this?
No, I wanted to save it for the end, but I have nothing better to offer.
We're just gonna talk, man.
Yeah.
So, well, I mean, while we're talking about this card directly, I assume it's going to be at most as rare as a GR.
Yeah.
So GRs are 2 per case.
Mm-hmm.
2 of each per case. Sorry.
Yeah.
So you get 4 total GRs.
Yeah.
So this is either going to be 2 per case or 4 per case. For 4 per case, I think.
Okay.
If it's 2 per case, we could have a situation where let's say there's 1 Megiddo per case and 1 of whatever the Dragon Empire ZR is per case.
It is.
This can easily.
Dracuma.
Sure.
Okay.
Dracuma.
Dracuma.
Yeah. I will remember this. I will remember these names eventually.
Yeah, me too. I don't remember them till they come to English, and they've killed me at least 3 times.
Yeah, right.
I only remember Megiddo because I've been testing him.
There you go.
But if we get in a position where we have let's say the Dragon Empire ZR is really good.
Yeah.
Let's just say it is some ridiculous 4-time restander or whatever, and it's just almost guaranteed to kill your opponent. And there's Megiddo who's kind of good, who's kind of okay, right? He's fine. We could easily have a situation where Megiddo is going to be $20 because he's not really that necessary, or whatever.
Yeah.
And the Dragon Empire one is $150.
Yeah.
And that would just be awful.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that it's got utility in 1.5 of the clans out of 3 means that is good in terms of how much it's going to cost. No self-respecting Night Rose player is going to be I didn't get me that Megiddo. But
or they get one just to have it.
Yeah.
They're not going to play. They're just going to I need to own a play set, quote unquote, of every Grand Blue card is a play set of this card is 1.
Yeah. I hate those people. Gotta get a play set of everything.
That's me. You can't hate me.
I hate you a little bit.
Why? It's so convenient to just build whatever Mimi deck you want to build in that clan.
I guess so.
Right.
I saw this really stupid, DI deck. I'm going to build it.
Yeah.
And then and you play
That's starting to become me for
everything.
Aquaforce and just Aquaforce and Bermuda Triangle.
Okay, that's fair though.
Isn't it fun though? You just want to have dumb decks.
You know what? I'm kind of a hypocrite because I do the same thing with Great Nature.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's just it makes life easier.
It does make life easier, but aside from that, I think that so far, Bushiroad's off to a good start, both in terms of cost, depending on how many of these come per case, and in terms of the effect. But with Dragon Empire, because you have 5 different clans that you're representing, that's going to be a little bit of a dog pile, I think.
Yeah.
United Sanctuary, especially, that's going to be even crazier.
United Sanctuary will if it's playable, if it's good at all, it will be the most expensive one.
Yeah.
Just because 6 clans.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the next most expensive one's probably going to be Dark Zone, just because DI and Gear Chronicle are meta.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's just, I'm just really worried about. Like, I hope there are 4 per case, like 2 of each.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that like they'll still like scrape like $50 or $60 a pop, but like
The good
hitting
thing,
the triple digit mark is like really frustrating.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what the good thing is, that even if it's like like $40 or something, you still only need one.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
you're like the thing that pops into my head when I say that is Next Stage. Next Stage was $40, and you needed at the least 2. Realistically, you needed 4.
He wasn't even 40 for long. He like started. He was like 40 or 50 for like a month,
Yeah.
And then
was, like,
jumped to like
70.
80.
Yeah.
and then was like 70 or 80, and then jumped to 100.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And you needed, and everyone was playing 4
Yeah. Well,
because
And then Commander Thavas, when he was first released, was another GR you needed 4 of, and
Yeah, he
that one was also $100.
he was the last GR that flipped himself.
Mm-hmm.
After that, Bushi was like, "Wait, this is an awful idea."
wait. Did the Aqua Force Clan Booster come before or after that?
After, because it was during the summer.
Okay, because that had Commander Thavas in it, which was
Right, that's what I was saying. That was the last one.
Oh, okay. There you say
Yeah.
Next Stage. Yeah.
Oh no. Next
Okay.
no. Next stage was the second to last one,
Oh, okay.
because it was Amnesty, Next Stage, Thavas were like the 3 problem ones.
Yeah.
Well, Amnesty people just played 4 of because they had nothing else to do with Messiahs, and then they released Exilix, which had to flip Amnesty.
Yeah.
And you need like 3 face up or some shit. So
Yeah.
No, you just need 1 face up.
oh okay. Sorry, I was that was I was thinking of the wrong card. I'm thinking of Damned
Yeah.
or whatever he's called here. Boomed. Darn. Or a geyser. Darn it. Whatever kind of Christian audience.
Yeah.
But yes, so that's
I
something.
want you to
I'm-
make me a darker regular dex with no demons in it, but succubi are okay.
I still think that was a troll. That had to be a troll.
Oh my god, that was the funniest post. And the guy was like perfectly okay with succubi,
Yeah.
but just couldn't have demons, despite succubus or succubi being demons. Was okay with them. Oh god, that was amazing.
Okay, well, back on track. Man, we are just the tangent men today.
Well, but that post was so relevant. It needs to be. It needs to be. It needs to be discussed.
Yeah. So far at this point in time, which is October 25th, 2017, we know the names of 3 Zeroth dragons, and we know
4.
what's the 4th one? Oh, the zoo one and the Stardate one. Never mind. So we know the names of 4, and we know what all of them look like, thanks to the anime.
Mm-hmm.
So I know this isn't really a podcast for speculating for the most part, but like, what do you think they're gonna do?
So we've already talked about the Dragon Empire one.
Yeah.
And I don't think we're ever going to come up with anything that's as funny as that.
As we're standing 4 times. Oh yeah.
I mean, restanding 4 times, but doing different stuff every time.
Oh, that's freaking great.
And then,
One
like-
has Shadow Stitch. One has Retire.
Alright,
One has.
like,
Bounce,
that's what we
yeah.
talked about. And then, like, at the end, it just dominates your opponent's Vanguard for no reason.
Yeah.
Like, that's great. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Like, we're never going to top that.
Okay.
But, like, so, like, the Stargate one is the one I have a huge issue with because Link Joker's defining characteristic is lock.
Yeah.
And, like, locking doesn't make sense on an ultimate stride.
Yeah.
So it's very important for Bushiro to think about how do we make a Link Joker like mechanic, but kind of make it
Delete
so
your
that-
opponent's Vanguard.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Or like
That's probably a good way to do it, I think.
or like they could make it an on attack like I don't know what. But like but you can't do the lock and unlock because that interferes with Nova Grappler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have these kind of fighting aspects of this card.
Yeah.
Like the Link Joker aspect of the card, like the Messiah. If they focused on Messiah, that would make less sense with the Nova Grappler cards.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
And then
from an anime standpoint, the Zeroth dragons are supposed to be like the antagonists, so I don't think we're gonna have Messiah stuff.
So,
Yeah.
but like, it wasn't going to Omega lock your opponent's board, and then what?
I don't know.
like
Like,
all your units gain power for a locked board, and then you restand your units when they attack. I don't know what the fuck.
if it Omega locks your opponent's board, what, you're just gonna be on Glendios, Omega lock your opponent's board, and then just take your turn? Like, what's the game plan here?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so looking at like a similar dynamic to how Grand Blue versus Aquaforce was with Megiddo, maybe this thing will be it'll be more helpful to something like Dimension Police or Nova Grappler, but less helpful for Link Joker.
I mean, if we're going by, like, this will probably most directly support the person playing it, they would support Link Joker the most.
Oh yeah, that's true. So
I have no idea how they're going to handle it, because it's going to be something that works well with Link Joker, because Chaos Breaker is the one playing this card, but they're making it a Nation Stride, which means they have to somehow incorporate the ideas of Dimension Police and Nova Grappler, too.
Well, Dimension Police is easy. Just give it a crit and guard break, no problem.
yeah, because
right?
so
Like, Dimension Police, you can just shove, like, gain some absurd amount of power or guard break.
Yeah, that one you can shoehorn on anything.
Here's what I'm guessing. It's going to be like on attack, pay some cost. Let's just say counterblast 2. Restand your whole board of rear guards. Give them 10k, right? So that's your Nova Grappler stuff. It gets crit and guard break, and then like maybe for every, maybe it's like for every locked like for every locked card or rear guard circle without a unit on it, it gets, power or guard restrict or something like that. Yeah? Is that something? Or...
I don't know if that really makes sense.
I like how you
Like,
literally...
no
I like how you literally yawned at me. Like, yeah, snore.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I feel like maybe just deleting the opponent's Vanguard when
Yeah.
it attacks.
Yeah, that probably makes more sense. Also, the picture of the Zeroth Dragon is kind of like wormy,
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. It's so hard to find like an offensive Link Joker mechanic because like Link Joker is just not. Well, okay. Let's look at the newer stuff that they've created for Link Joker. I think that's where we might need to be.
Yeah.
So maybe instead.
Okay, I'm looking at the Stargate one, and it's got like glowy jewels on it, and the
I
silver.
mean, it looks like a
ones.
robot.
Yeah, it looks like a robot. So it's probably gonna. That's hard.
Yeah. I don't know. Stargate is the real, like, I actually have no idea what the hell they're going to do.
It's so easy to fit like Novas and DP on the card, and it's so hard to find like an offensive Link Joker mechanic that's not just locking and unlocking because that interferes.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, like, maybe it will just lock your opponent's board when it gets placed, and
Like,
then
Omega lock
like-
your opponent's board, like they put stuff in damage, like whatever, like
I don't know.
I feel like it's probably just gonna be like on play, lock your opponent board, it can't be unlocked, and then it'll have something like gain power for each locked unit, like glue ball.
yeah,
I love
it was like on attack, restand your field.
plus 10k and then crit and guard break. There.
Sure,
That's
Yeah,
something.
sure.
like
Yeah.
it's just, but it's so lazy to put lock on like a final stride.
Yeah. I mean, by that same logic, how the hell are they gonna do Zoo? Because Great Nature is all about drawing cards, and Mega Colony is also all about stunning units and drawing cards.
Well,
Okay.
I
might
Great
have.
Nature is not just about drawing cards; it's
Yeah.
about making huge ass rear guards,
That's true.
which is kind of what Neonectar is also about. So whatever.
Yeah.
Usually in increments of 4. So what you could do with the Zoo Stride, which by the way, I freaking love the design on this thing, like the butterfly wings and. All right. Anyway,
I think it looks really dumb, but go on.
Well, you think everything looks really dumb.
Well, that's not true.
Okay, you hate most things that I like. How's that?
Sure.
Okay, but so what they did with the GB8 for Great Nature is it gives the Vanguard plus 40,000. So I'm thinking maybe you could do something like that, where maybe like the Zoo thing gets 40,000 for.
Honestly,
Stuff.
I think it's probably going to be like clone your like call copies of your units. They'll probably either be able to boost or attack from back row, and they'll all gain like some increment of 4,000.
Yeah.
And then there will probably be some benefit for your opponent's field being rested.
Okay, that's
Something like this unit gains like some power in a crit or something.
that'd be cool for
It also just rests and stuns your
Yeah.
opponent's vanguard for no reason.
well,
Yeah.
that's one thing you could do, but the other, well, it's trying to end the game right there. So I'm guessing it's like for every rested
Is
unit.
it?
Oh.
Oh,
Like-
okay, I'm thinking like for every rested unit, it gets 10k in a crit or something.
Or
Like,
or like your opponent's cards can't intercept. It might do the same thing as the GBA, where it like disables your opponent's auto skills.
that's
Oh, yeah.
not a bad idea.
I like that one actually.
Yeah, I mean
That's actually fantastic.
that's good.
Even triggers. Okay.
Yeah. Like-
Um,
I mean, since Gridora is doing like the whole resource denial thing, and we already have a precedent for not being able to choose your cards for card effects, it might actually disable triggers.
that's
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
I think that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how else this is supposed to be a finisher that works with Mega Colony otherwise.
Yeah.
Anyways.
But yeah, I think that's pretty reasonable guess at least.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Let's see. United Sanctuary or Dark Zone?
I mean, United Sanctuary is easy as hell.
Really? I thought that was going to be the hardest. You have Calling from Deck, something with the damage zone, and then
So you have call from deck, call from deck, call from deck.
You have, yeah, call from deck, call from deck, call
Yeah.
from deck, call from the damage zone, call from your soul, and stacking the deck. This is not hard to figure out.
Okay. So
Like,
so
just
Like,
so pitch me something.
You draw 5, put 3 back on top in any order.
no, what I was thinking
Sounds
was like,
familiar. Yeah.
check the top 10 of your deck, and then you can call any number of units from the top 10 soul or damage zone.
Okay.
And then put the remaining cards on top or bottom, and then for each card with the called from your damage zone, deal 1 damage to your vanguard.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
That's pretty good. You get the rescue in there, kind of. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right on.
That just gets everything.
Good stuff. And then Dark Zone. Oh boy. All right. So
Hold on. There are 4 clans in Dark Zone. There's Spikes,
okay. So
and the player who's playing it is playing what?
DIs.
Yeah,
It's-
DIs.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we have Soul charging a fuck ton and like getting bonuses for number of cards in Soul. You have Calling from Soul. You have Calling from Deck by losing cards in your hand / tagging out, and then whatever the hell Gear Chronicle's doing.
I mean, Gear Chronicle just does everything, so you can just design for the other 3 clans. It'll probably still somehow work in Gear Chronicle.
More or less. I mean, honestly, I feel like Gear Chronicle would have fit in Stargate too. Like either or.
Yeah.
Let's see. That's
I
hard.
mean, there is
Put
a common
drop-
theme of like putting things into your soul, because even Spike Brothers, the way you mine this is by putting cards from hand into your soul.
Yeah, so maybe like put Drop Zone into Soul. and
That
then-
was my first thought.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then like maybe call out shit from your soul.
Yep.
Yeah. That'd be cool if it was on attack though, so then you could get more attacks out of it. I don't know.
I need to open Discord. Hold on. There's new cards.
Oh, right.
really? Sweet.
Yeah, touch cards. At grade 3 Engorge, when this unit is in Engorge is being retired from rearguard circle by an effect or cost of a unit with Engorge. Counter +1, look at top 4, call up to 2 grade 2s to separate rearguards, and put the rest to bottom deck in any order. Seems medium.
Wait,
Because you have to actually hit 2 grade 2s.
is this on which server is this in?
The not
Our
official.
Yeah, our meme server, basically.
It's a Forerunner. When it's retired, you CB1, put into soul, look at top 4, clone up to 2. What? Okay, I don't know what he's talking about. Anyway, doesn't matter. I don't know what these cards do.
I think it wasn't clone, it was I have no idea what the fuck.
Dude, right? I just don't care anymore. All right.
Yeah.
So anyway, you call additional stuff
Okay.
When they die.
when they
Alright.
die, but you have to counterblast. So it's whatever.
Still pretty
Anyway.
neat.
I do
So-
like that Gold Paladin still has gotten 0 reveals so far.
Yeah, what
But
is
we
the
don't
deal
care.
with that?
Because there's a strictly better gold paladin, so it's like they don't exist.
Yeah.
Gold paladin got support last set. They don't get support this set.
That's messed up. And sad.
It's true.
Um,
How will Garmor be better than Gurgur at this wave of support?
I don't know. Wait, don't we get to see Tayo do new
Who cares?
new
Tayo's a
stuff?
shit player.
Yeah.
Uh,
And I doubt they're gonna let Valeos lose this early, so he's gonna die to Megiddo.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I have this theory. So I noticed that this season, when they do the stand-up Vanguard thing, whoever says the name of their starting Vanguard first ends up losing. So, Chronodron G, Wyvern Kid Dita, and Electos all got said first, and those people ended up losing. Now, like, I'm going to be watching it, and the second Tayo says, like, Night of Early Dawn, Coel, I'm like, oh, he's fucked. Like, so, like, people listening, let's see if that ends up being true, and if it is, you have to support us on Patreon. I don't know. That is something you should do, though. But back on topic. So, how do you think this is going to affect the game competitively from like how the decks run?
I don't.
So far, I don't think they will really.
Yeah, I think in general, at least what we've seen of the ZR so far, I don't think this will change the game really much competitively at all. Like Blue A's might be a deck, but not because of the ZR. Like it'll be a deck based on the rest of the support, not because this ZR is like you're setting up some final kill turn with the ZR that your opponent's like 10% to live through. Like that's not happening.
Yeah.
Like it's like this is like these aren't as strong as GB8s.
Yeah,
How
so
ironic.
far. I mean, it fulfills the same function as our GB8 and basically is about the same in power, really.
Yeah.
I mean,
the Aquaforce GB8 is like particularly weak, but Aquaforce never even plans to go that long.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, we know 1 of 6, so we're probably like we're not playing with a full deck of cards here.
Well, obviously, but like as of now, I don't see them greatly affecting the meta.
Yeah.
And because
These
they're
feel
so
like
all in,
GB8s that you can stride earlier, basically.
Yeah, I can see that.
and they're very all in, very all in.
Yeah. Do you think it was necessary to have the blow up your G zone after the turn thing?
I think that was expected. I expected that.
Hmm.
I expected that some way these ZRs would make it so you couldn't stride anymore, or like ended the game completely, like like you just lose if you don't kill them.
I guarantee.
Which is similar.
I guarantee you when the people start the protagonists start winning, there's going to be a game where like the ZR isn't going to kill, and then like there's going to be like you have no firepower, generation stride into whatever fuck it is whoever's playing, probably Chrono.
Yeah.
Or they're gonna make some dumbass card that you can stride when it's excluded. It's gonna be like this is so stupid.
But I'm pretty sure, like, when we get to the climax and all of the apostles start losing, we're going to have a symbolic burning of the G-Zone for when they lose.
I don't know, I kind of expect there's going to be like a Gear Chronicles specific ZR just to like fuck with the...
I mean, that does make sense if they're going to shift it, because this is supposedly the last season of G. That's like a symbolic thing.
I mean, it might also depend on what the hell Gize does.
Yeah.
We might just... Chrono might just pull a Messiah out of his ass like Aichi did for Harmonics against the leaders when Ibuki was still an edgelord.
Yeah. I'm looking at the picture of all the dragons. They all have that weird little, like, 6-star thing on their body somewhere. I can't really see the one on the zoo. On the zoo one, though. Where is it?
It's on top of its head.
On top of its head. Oh, it kind of looks like a lightning bolt or something.
Yeah. Or like horns, but that's its star thingy.
Yeah. It's most prevalent on the Dark Zone, Dragon Empire, and Stargate one, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, honestly, I feel like this is, like, maybe we'll end up being right about some of our predictions. Maybe we won't.
Yeah.
But all we can do is wait, and all we can do is continue to speculate because, got to get that content somehow.
I think of our predictions, United Sanctuary is probably going to be the closest.
Yeah, I can see that. Well,
it is the most straightforward of mechanics.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's so easy to like throw them all in the same place.
Yeah. Who do you think will be the United Sanctuary ZR player?
Oh yeah, because we don't know yet. I want to see Shoma come back.
Stop.
Please, I like him.
All right, what if it's Aichi though?
That would be funny.
That are you kidding me? That's gonna happen, and then Kai's gonna
Aichi
be
bad guy again.
No, Aichi's gonna do that. Kai's gonna be like, "Fucking again? Are you serious?" Like,
I want to see Kai beating
my
Doom
mate,
Shit in
my
the
mate,
game.
my mate, my mate.
yeah.
I don't know.
God,
I just really
Doom
want to
Shit.
see Kai all over Doomshit
Dumb
right
Shit.
now because Doomshit is annoying.
Dumb Shit has basically become a meme at this point.
Yeah.
Just because, like, around the time he fought against Hayao, where he was just angry for no reason. Like,
What, He's
Fuck
he's
y'all.
he's always mad. He's
Well,
a dragon.
I mean, like, we didn't really get his whole backstory until like an episode or two later. So we're like,
Yeah.
at the time, we were like, "What the fuck are you so mad about?" And then even after finding out, you're still like, "This guy's kind of a meme." Like,
Yeah,
you know,
he's
Yeah.
pretty retarded.
Yeah.
Or sorry, pretty stupid. I should not use that word.
um,
But yeah, I think I think these cards are pretty funny. Like, and I think that I hope they're cool and interesting. But I hope they put more time into the other ones than Megiddo. Like I just feel like I said, if they spent like an extra day, I think they would come up with like a clear card or a clear idea of what they wanted it to be. I don't know. They feel a bit rushed, or at least the first one did.
What do you think of their rulings on the mechanic overall?
which ruling?
Like, they released a QA with it, so
Oh,
it's just the basic stuff like, are ultimate stride and stride different actions? Yes, but you can still use stride skill. Like, can you use the stride cost nerfing cards like Luard? No, you can't, because they're different,
not-
but they're the same.
I think
Right, it's
I
ultimate stride, not stride.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Like Luard was definitely kind of a misstep when it came to like stride nerfing, and you could tell based on what they did afterward, because they did Luard, and then the next thing to kind of get something like that was the new Big Belly, and they were like, all right, you need to have no field, and it's not a free stride. All the cards in your hand just get grade +1. We good?
Yep.
Is that good? And then,
And
we're
then
like,
you look at
Cho
even later ones like Cho, Amaruta, and
I mean,
Bravest Rush, and what was the
Yeah.
other free stride thing? There's
Uh,
another one.
kind of sort
not
of
really
like
free
Master.
stride. They had Blaster Dark and Chronofang Tiger, which if you Blaster Dark, if you strode Diablo, they all got grade +3, and then Chronofang Tiger, you could bind something and give it all grade +3.
I could have sworn there was another one that got free stride for whatever reason.
Yeah, but
Claret
sorry,
Sword
a
has
co-
a card that
I mean, a
gives
cost
you an
reduction.
alternate stride. Yeah. Claret Sword has an alternate stride method where you can counterblast one and kill a specific grade 1. I forgot. I think it was called like Blue Espada Dragon or something like that. So you could use that to stride.
Sounds
Yeah.
awful.
I mean, you have also like Precious Ophidian and the Dudley card that do the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess the point is like Luard was a misstep in multiple ways. Like the free stride was too easy, so like that's one. Secondly, the PG that came with it, Ezra's, is
Was ridiculous.
easily the best of the returning PGs because it's so easy to do
Yeah.
and so consistent. Like you could even like call it out with your stride skill and retire it and get one.
Yeah.
Like
and,
you could basically fetch it.
and then there was the like the OTT one that was an overcorrection where they're like, all right, Oracle, you get it back to your hand, okay, then bind randomly. Like,
at
Yeah.
if it was
And
just
now
bind a
they've
card,
just
I think it
given
would've
up
been
on
fine.
returning PGs, and they're like, all right, we're just going to let your PGs draw cards for you to make up the cost instead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or just have it be free, like the
Mhm.
Brave one. But like I don't know, it's there have been some like missteps and some that haven't, and I don't know. These ZRs are going to be interesting. So far, they're off to a good start, but
Like, it seems like they've at least put some thought into it, which is more than we can say about a lot of their ideas.
honestly,
Yeah,
after GBT 11 and 12, I'm pretty much on board with anything until they fuck up
Yeah.
again. So
Yeah, well, I think they learned a lot of lessons
yeah,
in like middle late G era. Basically how like they can't keep printing cards that only have GB skills. Like they can't keep printing, PGs that return themselves. They can't make free stride cost, like super free.
yeah.
Like they need to think about the how resources are being exchanged. And with Luard, like they basically like, oh, his free stride takes no resources. Like
Yeah.
grade 1s in your drop is not a resource.
Yeah.
Like nobody cares.
And then on top of
In
that,
fact, it gains resources.
Yeah, it's feeding it into the stride still. Yeah. Like,
Mhm. And then they also learned that GB8s were a stupid idea and probably aren't going to repeat it.
Right. And how like unbalanced some of the GB8s are. Like you look at, like the absurd GP8s like Hellheart 8 and like that's
Really-
the most absurd one. Or like the Link Joker one's like pretty good.
yeah.
And then you compare it to stuff like the Aquaforce one, which
the Metatron.
when are they
one.
ever reaching
The
GB8?
Murakuma one, whatever that one does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like
I mean, some of them are.
why?
Yeah. I don't know. Obviously, there's going to be winners and losers, and we're going to talk about that once we know all the skills and things like that. But
I think there were too many things for them to correct.
Yeah.
Like they didn't. They needed to just embrace something and like keep playing toward that rather than just try to overcorrect like all the problems.
yeah,
Because like there was a time when like basically striding was useless because 7-runner existed, right? So you needed to be able to play before stride or like know how to play against 7-runner specifically, which takes fucking 5 ever.
yeah,
And then like they overcorrected it. They're like, okay, we're gonna hit a bunch of cards. We're gonna like basically try not print any support for that, even though they did anyway.
Yeah. And then 7-runner is still not dead, technically.
Right?
I mean, the fact that it's zombie pirates just kind of so fitting, you know.
Yeah, and then though like first stride was too strong. They like before G guards, I guess they were kind of like, oh well, whoever gets first stride is like ahead. We're gonna print G guards, so you get to go in your GB2 stride first. But then they just kept making powerful first strides, and that didn't matter.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of like, what are you planning to do exactly? Like, what's the end goal here? They need to have a direction. They need to have a place they want to end up.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't feel like they had a lot of that. But I feel like in the past couple sets, their design philosophy has improved a lot. They're printing strides that do things on first stride always, and have additional effects later in the game. They're printing rear guards with GB skills and non-GB skills. At least they were in GBT 11 and 12. They're doing less of that in 13 for whatever reason. And I feel like those sets, whoever the lead designer was for those sets, has a better head on their shoulders than who was heading design previously.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know their inside system, but that would be my takeaway.
Dude, I would kill to like just kind of see what goes on back there, for the card design department. I want to meet Jenkins,
Yeah.
I'm just wondering, like, if like I wish they would announce the head designer, like, but of course they won't.
Well, of course, because they're gonna get cyberbullied, and why wouldn't you? Like,
well, I mean,
Yeah.
even Magic the Gathering, which has the most popular card game in the world, like tells you who the design team for every set is.
do they get cyberbullied?
No,
Okay.
I mean they might get some. Nobody really cares. Like nobody like goes out of their way and looks up the designer just to be like, oh, I'm gonna message him and be an asshole.
Okay. Well, also this game has been around for 20-something years, which means most of its fan base has been around for 20-something years.
Yeah, I mean
So-
most Magic players are in fact adults.
Yeah. So you're not going to see some 40-year-old who's like, I have 2 kids, but you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go onto Twitter and flame the head card designer. Like, no one's going to do that.
I'm just saying, like, I think they should take note that whoever led the design team of sets 11 and 12 should be given more responsibility in the company.
Definitely.
And not the guy who designs their promos.
Right, and
Yeah.
I think that guy did a great job, and or girl, or or whatever.
That person.
I think that individual did a fantastic job. I think they saw a lot of the issues and did a lot of correct decisions.
Yeah.
However, I'm less convinced in GBT 13 to begin with. Hopefully I'm wrong.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I mean, so far, Spike Brothers and Aquaforce have gotten good shit, and everything else has gotten, like, medium to bad stuff.
I wish that Murakumo card they revealed, the grade 2, the common,
Yeah.
was just not GB2 for whatever reason. If he was GB1, there's like some funny stuff you can do, but he's GB2, so you can't. It's like, please.
Watch, that Blue Wave Grade 2 is going to be GB1, and we're just going to look at Murakumo and laugh.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like, please. Man, Spike Brothers have a lot of their cards revealed. What the heck?
Yeah.
That's true.
Spikes have gotten a ton of reveals.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, what is this?
I'm pretty sure they just found out who Living Proof is, and were like, we need him to keep making videos.
Yo, they keep doing stuff he suggests in his videos. So I'm saying,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no.
and I have my tinfoil hat right on right now, but I think Bushiroad is aware of Proof's videos and watches them for ideas.
Yeah, I know they're aware of different fight. I wonder if they're aware of us. Probably not.
No, we're not.
I mean,
important.
I've been having a lot of my ideas validated too.
Here's the difference, right? Proof's channel has good content.
That's true. Hey man, I try my best. I'm not responsible for all the other people. In
Yo,
Nexus Corner,
that's fair.
yeah.
You mean the memers?
Yeah, you know what? We have our fan base. That's how it works. All I can do is my best, which is this podcast, and in which case I'm not doing that very well. But
I mean, it's just, how do I say? I'm trying to think of a nice way to say this, but I'm really bad at being nice.
I know. Are you kidding me? You're like a freaking like if you had an approval rating, it'd be like 50%.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Is it?
I mean, look at our current president. Oh
shit! Burn.
Got him.
All right, the comment that was in our meme Discord. I see what they mean by Gold Paladin being in this set. Gold Paladin mechanics are in other clans in this set.
Yeah.
It's true. It's true. Apparently, Tachikaze is now Gold Paladin.
I feel bad for Richard. That's like his one thing. The only other clan I've seen him play that does not involve let me borrow your deck is Gold Paladin, and he is just getting shafted so hard. I'm so sorry.
Look, he should have picked a better thing, all right?
Hey,
at least he still has Garmor.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Is Coel still like $12?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
For no reason.
This TD starter, pretty good.
I love how for Blue Waves, Foivos got bumped up to 15 because of hype, and then they immediately announced a reprint.
Good. I'm glad they did that.
Got him.
Because that means that there's less time of people like, I want to build Blue Waves, but Foivos is $15. And then a bunch of people on the sub and Vanguardians are like, here's a list without it, and it's terrible. And then I hate that time. I like when they go, oh, new support, hype, and then the next day, oh, we're reprinting that thing, so don't worry about it. We're cool.
I already have all my shit, so I get to sit back and laugh for this one.
Good. And then my friend Carly, who also plays Blue Waves, she doesn't have to lift a finger. She's done it all already. You guys still there?
Yeah, hello.
Got oddly silent for no reason.
Yeah, that was pretty weird.
All right, so anything else you guys want to throw out there?
Resist is officially Aquaforce's keyword.
Yeah.
I'm cautiously excited about Zeroth.
Yeah, same.
I'm still skeptical, but
I'm glad Megiddo exists.
But they do funny things, and that's what I'm excited about. But I'm less excited about, like, I'm still worried about how many there are going to be per case. I want that information as soon as possible.
I want to know, like, how much they're going to hurt my wallet.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm thinking about it. How many nations do I play? 1, 2, 3, 4 nations. Crap. Okay.
If I care enough to get them to play more Murakuma, I only need the one.
Yeah, that's good.
If I actually accomplish my goal of playing a clan of every nation, I'll need all of them.
I hate you.
All
right.
I have 7 runners, so I don't need the Magallanica one.
Yeah.
Because I don't.
I definitely need the Magallanica one because
that's why you're here.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
And also, even with resist being our official keyword, Aquaforce still has problems maintaining its field.
Hey, man.
It's true.
You got support in 13, so... Well,
that's what happens when they just blow up your entire field, man.
Yeah.
Resist doesn't help you there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Christmas time, we're going to have a good time with this, because you got... hopefully, it won't be 100 degrees. It is 100 degrees in Los Angeles right now.
Bro.
Yeah.
It's only 80 degrees in San Francisco, but that's still blistering hot for us.
I was going to say, you're next to a bunch of wildfires. Of course, that's how it is.
All right. Did you know that in California, right, it is required for, like, tenants to have access to a heater, but not air conditioning?
That's ironic.
I know.
So people who are more poor don't have access to, like, air conditioning, and it's like over 100 degrees, like at least 50 days of the year.
Yeah.
Welcome. This is a problem.
Yeah, I'm not mad that it's hot. I'm mad that it's hot right now. Like it's
that's fair.
October. I want my sweater weather.
It's
Goddammit.
October and like in the evening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not 100 degrees at night. It's like 85, but like that's still pretty bad for nighttime.
Yeah, good thing you have AC.
Yep, I'm sitting.
I don't.
I
get to sit here in like the high 70s.
If you
That sounds awful.
If you have a fan, get like a bowl of ice water and put it in front of the fan.
Oh.
Ghetto air conditioning. All right. Aside from ZRs and the future of striding and ghetto life hacks, you can find us on Twitter at Nexus at Night. You can find me at Atlas Novak.
Find me at Wiggums, 2Gs, 2Zs.
You can find me at Plasma Eclipse, although I barely ever tweet anything.
Yeah, but you also have your blog, right?
Yeah, which is lightningfish.wordpress.com.
Yeah,
I
so
talk about all the Blue Wave shit there.
Yeah, he recently put up the Blue Wave.
It's pretty good.
It was pretty good. I have my personal blog, which is just giantawkwardbear.wordpress.com, but like it's nothing Vanguard related, so you guys don't care. But let's see.
It's pretty good. It's pretty amusing though.
Okay.
It's actually much better to me that it's not Vanguard related.
That's good, I guess. I'm glad you enjoy it.
What?
No, that's good.
I read it. I read it. I'm trying to help you here.
I know. I'm not giving you shit or anything. I was just like, good. All right, cool. Let's see.
I guess I can upload my drawings to Twitter more so that people who follow me actually have something to look at.
What? You have a Twitter? What's your Twitter?
You said Plasma Fish, right?
Plasma Eclipse.
Plasma Eclipse, wrong Plasma.
You expect me to remember these things.
Yeah.
Here's where you're...
You
can't spell Eclipse.
You know what's sad? He said it like a minute and a half ago. And then...
Yo. I thought he was talking about his blog, all right? Even though I know that's not his blog.
Okay. Well... let's see. You can also support us on Patreon. That'll be in the link in the description if you happen to be listening to us on YouTube. Let's see. Rate, comment, subscribe, and until next time, I was Atlas.
And I'm Matt.
And I'm Root Beer.
And have a good night, everyone. I want to take the time to thank anybody who found this podcast. I also recommend sharing it with your friends, family, anybody who likes Vanguard. You can find us on SoundCloud or on your podcast app, that little purple thing that goes in the folder of the stuff you can't delete, like stocks. Who uses stocks? Anyway, you can also tweet me, Atlas Novak, so at ATLASNOVACK. You can also tweet at Nexus at Night, NEXUSATNIGHT, or you can tweet the Nexus Core YouTube channel, so at NEXUSCORPS. Be sure to check out that YouTube channel. We have, card fights and deck profiles and all that good stuff.